a lot of people, Stevie, ask about, on retreats and stuff, when we're doing our teaching, when people are going through our material.
Yes.
There's a lot of people wonder about the unconscious mind and the conscious mind, and the difference between those things.
Right. Okay.
What's the difference between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind?
That would be a really long, deep understanding, because in order for me to get a deep understanding of how the unconscious and the conscious works, and not only to get an understanding of it, not just in theory, but actually to get an actual understanding of it, would need to take some time and spend some time really learning that. Because I know a lot of people that talk about the unconscious mind and the conscious mind, and there's a lot of things even out there, and there's a lot of programs out there as well too, but it's actually taught in theory. And the problem is, whenever it's taught in theory, is that it doesn't work, because it has to be, a person has to have not only an intellectual understanding of it, they have to have a complete and full understanding of it, and that's only through action. But I suppose the reason that you're asking that is because, really, why does anybody ever want to know anything about the mind anyway? And the only reason they want to know anything about the mind is because a lot of people don't. But the only reason anybody would want to know anything about the mind is because they have this understanding that mindset is very important, and that's how you actually achieve a certain result.
Yeah.
So if a person wants to achieve a result, no matter what that result is, it doesn't matter if it is, as we were talking earlier on, if it's $1 billion in business or $1 million in business or whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it is a perfect harmony in their relationship. It doesn't matter if it is to rejuvenate their body and feel the best they've ever felt before. It actually to get a result, there's always certain things that need to be done. And there's a certain way of thinking.
Okay.
And there's a certain way of doing things, and that doesn't matter. You could take it for running 100 marathons in 100 days, that thing, or you could take it for building a business to 13 locations, or you could take it and apply it to anything else. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing, and I think that's where a lot of people get the confusion, and they're not understanding. So out there you got a lot of buzzwords. So now you've got like buzzwords like mindfulness. So you have, and then you've got all the buzzwords like around goal setting and mindset and motivation and all these things. But just going through all those things won't necessarily get the result, because what happens to a lot of people, and I'd say you probably, I know you, Vinty, as you work with a lot of people yourself, as a mentor, as a guide for people, that I'm sure that you've probably had people before that have learned a lot of stuff in theory, but they're having a lot of problems putting it into practical use. And that to me is the greatest flaw with all of these internet programs at the minute that are out there, that are professing to help people. They will help people, and the programs will help people if the person goes through that program fully, probably about 5 times, and actually really understands what the program is about and does all of the work within that. And that's highly unlikely when a person doesn't have support and guidance. So that's why we here, and you know yourself, Team Stevey J, that's why everything that we do is live. It's live, it's real. It's
that support, that one-on-one connection, that being able to be the guide to help people move through.
Exactly, and that's it. And the person will always say that, and it's quite an interesting thing. And I even know myself, and I've been in business a long time now, nearly 20 years, and I even know myself as well, that I can always get the result if I have the support.
Yeah.
So the question is do you have the support?
Yeah.
And if the person doesn't have the support or the understanding in order to get the result, and the support basically is someone helping you, someone guiding you, someone mentoring you, someone that's been there before, someone giving you direction, and also then the support of the people that are around you. And a lot of people, whenever they're going for big goals, they don't have the support of the people around them. And the reason they don't have the support of the people around them is because they can see the goal and the thing clearly in their mind, but they find it very difficult to communicate it to the rest of the people around them. Sometimes you get a business owner and find it really difficult to communicate to their employees, you know what I mean, or vice versa. You get employees who find it difficult to go and communicate to the business owner, and it's about opening up and people being honest with each other and really understand what is the result. What is it that we really, really, really want to get here? What is it that we really want to achieve here, and how important it is to me? And then from that place, the understanding of how you actually operate and work as a human being, because I know you mentioned the conscious and the unconscious mind, right? Or we could talk about the spirit, the intellect and the physical body. And people that have a lot of confusion around those three things, they don't understand how they connect together, they don't understand how they work, and ultimately really what it is, what's not understand is how you operate as a being, how your actual entire being operates. And that's why we have people that are stuck in places where they don't want to be and they want to get out of those places, regardless of what those things are. And that's why we have separation, and that's why we have people achieving big goals but getting to that big goal and finding that it's can be a lonely place, you know, as well too. But the more understanding that someone has, and the more understanding they have as how their being works and how they operate and how to get the result, as in how to apply those three things, then the better every area of life will be, because life doesn't really have an area. It just is one thing that is always consistent. So we may be sitting here in the office here now in the boardroom and talking about this, and somebody could go, well, we're talking about business, or they're talking about health, they're talking at its core it's well-being. But you want well-being within your body, you want well-being within your relationship, and you want well-being within your business. So it's all the same thing.